it's Tank, the Adventuring Buckeye, coming at you today with another little, forget the sunglasses, with a little talk about what I consider to be the most important gear item for being able to go long distance. It's your feet. You got to take care of your feet. I don't care how much you train, I don't care what kind of shape you're in. If you have the wrong shoes and socks, you're not going to make it over 12 miles. When I first began backpacking about 8 years ago, I struggled getting above that 6 to 10 mark. Made it to 12, it was excruciating pain. Did 18, had to stop after 14 and soak my feet in a creek because they hurt so bad. And I thought, how in the world do people get used to hiking this many miles with their feet hurting that bad? And I found out it was all about my shoes. If you're a runner or just an average person, especially a runner, you're looking for that soft sole, that soft shoe. It's got tons of cushion, tons of foam, like a mattress. In backpacking, that's no good. Because unlike running on normal surfaces or walking on normal surfaces, when you're walking in the woods, you're walking on sticks, rocks, roots, knots, hard dirt balls, clay, mud, you name it, you're going over it and through it and on top of it. Well, every time you hit a rock or a root and it hits the bottom of that shoe, that cushion, it goes right up through that cushion. And the best way I can describe it is it bruises up the bottom of your feet to where after 8-10 miles, it is absolutely excruciating to continue hiking. So what's the solution? Most people, beginners, will go to a boot, a hiking boot, a good, solid, sturdy, give me ankle protection boot. Most of them are waterproof. Love that, right? But the only thing they have for them that's good is the sole. And we're going to talk a lot about the sole of a hiking shoe or boot because it's all the difference. They are very rigid. They are very solid so that the sticks and the roots and the rocks don't bruise up your feet. The shoe takes all the abuse in your foot based on your insole is still on that cushion and it still feels good and you don't notice it. Why do I not hike in boots? I have owned these for probably 6 years and I haven't worn them in over 5.5. They probably still have close to 500 miles of good tread on them. So I haven't even come in close to using their lifestyle. I mean, they're waterproof. Why don't I use them? Let's talk about why I don't use them. When you're looking for a good hiking shoe, or I'm not even gonna say the word boot, good hiking shoe, you want it to be lightweight, you want it to be breathable, and you want it to be a hard sole. So lightweight, breathable, with this hard sole. Some sort of a trail boot or trail runner. We're gonna get into ankle support. I'm not gonna do it during the boot, but just let me tell you, this does not give you the ankle support you're looking for. All right, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about waterproof. You don't want your feet wet, right? So you think waterproof. It's airtight. When you hike 20 miles, your feet are going to sweat. They're going to get hot. No moisture can get in, no moisture can get out. So it doesn't matter how many creeks and rivers you cross or don't cross in a waterproof shoe, your feet are still going to be wet because of the sweat of your feet. Doesn't matter. So waterproof is no bueno. Why not a boot? It's not lightweight. So this boot is not lightweight. it is not breathable. It has a hard sole. Only one of the three. This boot comes in at 1 pound, 5 ounces. So that's 2 pounds, 10 ounces for the pair. A pound on the foot is like 5 on the back. They're out of here. These are my New Balance trail runners that I have. I picked these up at Kohl's. They were 60 bucks. So let's go over it. Are they lightweight? They're just over 11 ounces. They're breathable. They have a mesh fabric. So they're very breathable. And they have that hard sole that I'm looking for. So they get I'm gonna give them a 2.5 out of 3. All right. These shoes I wear anytime I'm training, doing gym work, refereeing, sometimes when I coach soccer or play soccer, or just going out and doing a day trail. I would generally take this shoe because of its rigidity and it's got everything I want, and I'll pair it with either a merino wool sock, or this is a smart wool sock, sorry, by Columbia, or I will pair it with one of my Darn Tough socks. But if I know I'm going to encounter a lot of water, I will go more with a Dri-FIT sock. The Dri-FIT and both of the wool socks will wick water away from your feet. Wicks it up to the shoe dries quickly because it's breathable, and in no time you're pretty much gonna have a foot that's dry. You'll never have to worry about sweat. It's gonna wick away. Your feet are gonna feel dry the entire time. If you step in a lot of water, these shoes are gonna hold the water a little bit more than other shoes. These socks will wick it away, but it will take longer because they're wool. The Dri-FIT will wick it away a little bit quicker just because it doesn't absorb as much as fast. When I am out on the trail and I'm going to be putting in serious miles for multiple days, the shoe that I like to wear is the Altra. These are Lone Peak 4.5s. I've had them for quite a while. As you can see, they are lightweight, 12 ounces exactly, or just over 12 ounces. They are very breathable. They are much more breathable than even that shoe there. And they have the hard sole with great traction. The other thing they have is they have these tiny little ports, which when I step in water allows the shoe to release the water out of the bottom as well as out of the sides, where this shoe here does not have that. So if you step in water with this shoe is going to take longer to dry out than this shoe. It's slightly heavier, we're talking less than an ounce heavier, but you're going to want that just because if it's, well, I think it was the 4.0 Ultras, they were so much mesh that your foot shifted too much in them. So they kind of fixed that by putting a little bit more material on them. I'm kind of excited. I can't wait. These probably have about 400, 500 miles on them, which is about half their life. But I'm going to be getting a pair of Ultras Lone Peak 5.0s. This shoe is a zero drop shoe. It has a wide foot box. And for me personally, it also allows you to hook in gaiters. This shoe for me personally is my favorite to wear on the trail. There are a ton of hiking shoes, and I'll actually link a video to a guy named Bryce Newbold right there, where he goes over the shoes kind of in depth from a runner's perspective, and he wears a different shoe than me because he doesn't like the zero drop. And again, I'll pair those usually with some sort of a Dri-FIT or the sock I have in here. And we'll get into that sock in a second. And so that's the basic overview of your hiking shoe that's going to get you that 20 miles relatively comfortable. So every shoe is going to be different, every foot is different. So as long as you remember the three main principles, go lightweight. Those boots are a pound a piece. A pound on the foot is like 5 pounds on the back. So it's like putting 10 pounds on your back. These all come in at 11 ounces. They're 12 ounces. So for the pair, you're under 24 ounces. Lightweight, breathable, with a hard sole. And then you want to pair it with some sort of a dry fit sock or a smart wool sock. That way it wicks the water off of your foot onto the sock. The sock transfers that to the shoe, which dries because it is breathable. And it'll keep your feet dry and happy. My favorite hiking apparatus and all-around shoe is the Chaco. This is my preferred. It is lightweight, 11 ounces. It is definitely breathable, and the sole is very rigid. These shoes are rated for around 2,000 miles. They are very open, and I know that causes some concern for some people. I will say that one of the cons of this shoe is taking sticks to the feet. And I've done that many times. I've beat my feet up pretty good in these bad boys. But as far as just being a mule of a shoe, you cannot beat these. A newer hiker or something, you're probably going to want something like this, or even these New Balances. So remember when I said back with the boots, ankle support? One of the reasons why I love the Chaco, believe it or not, is the ankle support. The way they designed your heel right there, as you can see it looks a little different, actually provides you with your ankle support. I found it fascinating when I was reading on their website about the design of these and why they designed the heel the way they did, so that it cups it and gives your ankle the support it needs. So if I'm just in my regular walking or my regular everyday to-day life, I wear these. I hike in these. I did the Laurel Highlands Trail in them. I'm getting ready to fly out to Oregon and do Three Sisters and the Timberline, and I will wear these. When I do the AT next year in 2022, a large portion of the AT, I will be wearing Chacos. I will start in my Ultras and go to my Chacos. So the big con, like I said, was something getting in your foot. With these shoes, I bought a special sock, and that is the FYF Free Your Feet Dyneema toe sock. This is a toe sock designed to be a barefoot sock. Dyneema is a sailing rope that does not absorb water. Water just sheds right off of it. It doesn't hold water, so your feet actually stay dry in them. The fabric, each strand, if you had a strand of steel the same size, the strands of this are actually stronger. It has a 2,400 pound tensile strength to this. They, like I said, they use it in sailing ropes. I use it a lot in my hammock systems and other things that I make dog bones and whoopee slings and UCRs out of. So when I wear these, sticks and things, when they hit these, are not going to allow it to dig into my foot, shred my foot up. I'll show you a picture of what they look like. I will be giving this whole system a test out with these and these in Oregon. I know I'll be working through a lot of sand, volcanic stuff, and I didn't want to wear my Ultras. I've watched quite a few videos where even when they were wearing gaiters, that the sand pebbles and stuff were so small that they actually went through the mesh and still got in the foot. And that's where you get your blisters, all right? So with these, I can keep everything out. The footbeds are designed to let things fall out of them. They kind of massage your feet too, which is kind of weird when you first start wearing them. But you're still gonna have a lot of different obstacles hitting your feet. These socks right here should solve that problem. And they're, like I said, they're designed for running in sand and mud with bare feet. Nothing gets in them. They're not getting the sand inside of them. It's not going inside your foot. So this should keep everything off of my feet so that I don't get any blisters. It's a toe sock, which should go perfect. So hey, there you have it. That's everything you need to know about picking the right trail shoe. What spurred this video was I'm doing the Mammoth March in October, which will be after I get back from Oregon. I see a lot of people asking about footwear. Kind of wanted to go over some things to help you achieve that goal of going long distance. 20 miles, 8 hours, excited about it. My goal is to do it right about 5 hours, maybe 5.5. That's very doable for me. So if you have any questions or any other comments or tips or things that you find that work well for you, please help the people that are watching this. If you found any information valuable, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. My next video will probably be something to do with clothing. Till then, I'm Tank. Get outside.